So the NAS100 market has been making some crazy moves this past week, especially with all of the tariff talks. And if you found that very challenging and hard to follow, well, you're in luck, because in this video, I'm going to talk about my entries, exits, profit targets, and my key levels inside of the NAS100 market. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you won't miss any of the videos that I post to this channel. And of course, like the video, boost the video and the algorithm so that way I can continue to make these videos for you in this particular market. All right, so this is actually my second time filming this. The first time my mic wasn't on, so I went through all the analysis and did not have any audio. So we're just going to start on the weekly time frame, and I'm going to tell you all the levels that I drew and, if necessary, why I did. So let's go ahead and get started. So here we are. You can see all the levels here. I'm going to call these out just because there are a lot of levels and I don't want to do all this again. So the first level that I drew is here at 22,229. So this was at the top of the market. And then this level right here, there was some sort of support forming. So I drew this key level here at 20,649. And then I drew another key level here on the weekly time frame. And that level is at 19,200. And then if we go all the way down here, we have another level here at 18,086. And then this level right here at 17,216. And mainly because we have this huge rejection wick right here. That was really interesting. And then the last level here on the weekly time frame is here roughly at 16,300. What if you can trade gold or any market in just 1 hour per day, even if you have a full-time job, and still grow the account? Most traders think that they have to sit in front of charts all day, and maybe if they step away, they may either miss a setup or they may come back to a losing trade. Well, in this free masterclass, I'm going to show you a calm and repeatable way for you to enter trades with confidence, and you can lose all the anxiety when you step away from your charts. Go ahead and check out the free masterclass. It's totally free. So let's go ahead and go down to the daily time frame. So that way, we're not going to adjust any levels because I already did that when I recorded this with no audio. So we're just going to really focus on these levels right here that are in black. These are horizontal rays. So the first ray I drew at 21,729. The second is at 21,374. And I drew this level right here at 21,021, mainly because the range from here to here, it's a really big range. And if I wanted tradable zones, and if price was in this zone, it would be very difficult for me to trade. So I like to see really clear and defined levels for me to trade from zone to zone. So that is why I did that in that section, and I also did something similar here. So when it comes to this level, I drew a level at 19,431, and then I also drew a level at 19,862, and then the last level here in this zone is going to be at 20,335. And you can see that this is a really nice resistance level here on the daily time frame, which was one of the reasons why I drew it right here in the first place. So going down to this zone right here, I drew one level, and that is at 18,708. And then in this zone here, I drew another level here at 17,775. And then in this final zone, you can see price made it all the way down here this past week, which is insane. It is now sitting at 16,712. So let's go ahead and go down to the H4 time frame just so you can see all these things a lot more clearly. And you can see very clearly that I started at the top and basically just worked my way down the chart. And now you can see these zones and how they were set up really more cleanly and more nicely because we're on a lower time frame with a lot more detail. So now let's go down to the H2 time frame so you can see in a lot more detail. Let's start all the way up here, making sure I don't mess up any of my lines. Okay, you can see that it's following market structure very clearly. This lower high, and then this support, this lower high right here. Let's go over to this zone over here. And you can see the same things here, basically just following the market structure throughout this entire chart. And here it was a little bit more tricky, especially because we had basically this really big candle that reversed pretty much everything. So we'll talk about that more on this H1 time frame. Let's go down to here. So since we already saw the price action very cleanly on the other time frames, let's focus on where price currently is. So price ended this past week at 18,662. So basically my game plan for this particular market is, of course, following market structure, but basically since this happened right here, ended up breaking this high right here, and now it formed some sort of support at this key level here. Now it should be coming together as to why I had a key level at this point. But forming a support here, now it's here. So in my mind, there's a higher probability for price to potentially keep pushing up from this level. And then my first trade idea would be to target the previous highs right here. So this is my buy idea, and then continuing to follow the market up. So here is like let's just say right here was the TP1, right here will be TP2, mainly because if you follow market structure over here, there was kind of a little indecision in the zone. So I just want to be really careful, and that would be my second TP. And then my third would be basically going all the way up to the spike. I've created another community here on School called Consistent Profitable Traders. And if you want to join, you can go to school.com/traders in order to join this free membership. I have a number of things here inside of the community. You can see that the community is growing. There are people being added almost every single day. And then inside of the classroom, I do have some things here. I'm constantly adding new things, new resources for new traders. And if you go over to the calendar, then you'll see that I have a monthly call with everybody inside of this group. So if you want to join this community, go ahead and go to school.com/traders, and I'll see you there. Now, if I wanted to see a lot more details, I would have to go down to that or lower time frames, whatever time frame looks clear to me, and just really analyze that area and see if I want that to be a take profit. And then, of course, whatever's happening in the real-time market is going to take priority over what has happened in the past. So just basically taking in all this information and just making decisions real time. So that is an opportunity there. And then right here, kind of the same idea. Here was a previous high or actually in this situation, I think this is like a lower high. Yeah, this was a lower high that was made on the way down, and it formed resistance. So that's going to be a level there, basically just following the price action up. And then inside of this zone where price is currently sitting, it's essentially a little bit choppy. If you just wanted to analyze this, I'm sure it would be better to do it on a lower time frame, just whatever time frame looks clear and easy for you to read. But for right now, I'm not touching that. So that's just going to be a no trade zone for me essentially. And then down here we do have some exhaustion areas where price came down. At one point this candle was all bearish, then it closed bullish above this key level. So another reason why I drew this level. An opportunity for a short term would work in here for about 332 points, and if that fits within your trading plan and it's in alignment with the way that you trade, that could be an opportunity for you. And then of course continuing to follow the price action down to this other key level that I drew right here. And this is about 525 points inside of the market. And then down at this point right here where I found a level of support, and this is about over 1,000 points inside of this market. Like I said, for me, I'm more so interested in the buys because the market has shifted bullish, even though it was bearish for weeks and weeks and weeks. We saw that on the weekly time frame, but now it looks like the momentum is shifting, and I want to be able to follow the momentum. And that is basically my game plan for this upcoming week. If you found this helpful, then go ahead and give this video a like if you liked this video, and tell me what you liked about the video. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below. So of course, if you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the new videos that I post related to markets or trading in general. And I'll see you next time.